Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome. Apologies on the start of the delay for this session. Nonetheless, it's lovely to see the bright minds looking forward to what our delegates and dignitaries from all across the globe joining us out here for this session has to share with you. Without any further ado, let's dive straight into it. So this session, ladies and gentlemen, focuses on sky to soil, how drones, agri-tech, and clean energy are transforming sustainability. Allow me the pleasure to introduce to you our presenters for today. We have Ms. Orli Weitzman, Consul General of Israel to South India. With a round of applause, please join me in welcoming Ms. Orli Weitzman on stage. Thank you, ma'am, for taking the time off and joining us out here at Invest Karnataka 2025. From Dronacharya Tech Hub, we have Liane Ghosh, Country Head. With a round of applause, please join me in welcoming Ms. Ghosh. From Green Tech Hub Limited, we have Mr. Abner Chin, Chief Agronomist. If you could have you join us out here, sir. Thank you, sir, for taking the time off and joining us out here for Invest Karnataka 2025. Lovely to have your presence for this particular panel. From Agriplast Limited, we have Mr. Rajeeb Kumar Roy, founder and MD. Sorry, apologies, Mr. Rajeeb Kumar Roy, founder and MD. Thank you, sir, for joining us out here. From Ayala Water and Technology, we have Ms. Sindhu, Cherian Director. Ms. Sindhu, thank you for joining us for Invest Karnataka 2025. And from Solar Edge, we have Mr. Venkatesan S, Head of Sales. Thank you, dignitaries, for joining us out here. Surely we all are looking forward to what you have to share with us with regards to this topic. It certainly sounds interesting. Ms. Weitzman, I'll leave it to you to lead the discussion forward.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here today. Invest Karnataka is one of the most exciting events that we can see here in Karnataka, because I think it gives an opportunity to different countries and different sectors to showcase their abilities and the connections that they may have with Karnataka. In the case of Israel, Israel is a very strong ally with India, and we have lots of cooperations in different fields in India, not only in Karnataka. We saw that very well today, in this beginning of this week, at Aero India. And today we're focusing on the connections with Karnataka. We have quite a few companies here joining us who represent Israeli companies. They'll all introduce themselves. Just to save time, I'll allow them to introduce themselves and tell a little bit about their companies. But these sectors basically represent, like we said, from sky basically to all the way to water, the different technologies that we have, whether it's drones, whether it's energy, agriculture, or water technologies. And I think that's a very good showcase of Israeli technology, which connects well to Karnataka and the needs of Karnataka and what Karnataka has to offer. Most of the people here today are Indian representatives of Israeli companies, which I think also demonstrates the strength of the connection and the amount of work that's being done between India and Israel. Having the representatives here working with a local Indian staff and being able to connect to Indian companies and Indian needs is one of the best showcases of the deep connections that we all have. So with no further ado, and in order to allow maximum time to talk about the companies and to allow you all to ask some questions after, which I'm sure you'll have, I'll allow companies to introduce themselves. Liane?
Thank you so much. I'm Liane Ghosh. I represent Dronacharya Tech Hub. So I work for Dronacharya Tech Hub. I'm the CEO, and we are proud to represent the Optronics Group here today. The Optronics Group does a whole lot of stuff when it comes to optics and, of course, drones. And our mission and goal is to make sure that people in India understand and drive holistic development in drones, right from individuals to companies. So that's what we do in India. And today I'm going to give you, we just have about 5 minutes each, so I'm going to kind of express talk and tell you as much as I can about our company and what we do in India. So today's topic is employability and using drones to drive employability. And just want to take a step back and try to ask you all, or ask myself, really what is employability, right? So for me, employability would be communication skills, it would be teamwork, it would be critical thinking, it would be problem solving, time management, all of that. And we feel in today's college environment, most of the kids, when they get out of college, they don't know enough about these skills, and therefore they're not really employable. So what we wanted to do was to figure out a way to help these kids get employable and also obviously sell our drones, because that's what we do. So quick case study here. Meet Amit. In April 2024, he was a class topper. He was doing really well. He was pretty much, he had a GPA of 4+, and he was widely popular. He was loved by his professors and his peers. And he even got placed within the top 10% payment bracket. Fast forward a few months, Amit's in his job, he's working today. He's absolutely miserable. He hates his role, he hates what he's doing. He doesn't fit in anywhere, he doesn't understand the basics of project management, and he's just simply lost. But we think that maybe if Amit had come and been with DTH and done some of our programs, this wouldn't have been his fate. So what do we offer? We offer something called DBL, which is drone-based learning. And we use drones as a platform to teach people about the entire project management cycle. We use drones as a platform to make everything applicable in real time and to ensure that people or students learn to solve problems that they'll face in their career, in their life. They learn how to work project management, they learn agile, they learn to collaborate, they learn all of the little stuff that really makes a difference, which takes someone from being a good person when they're done with university to being a good employee. So that's what we do. And this is really the life cycle that we follow. So it's no different than any project management life cycle. You start with ideation, and then if the idea is good, you come up with a drone-based solution, and you do that with your group. And from there, you do the research, you do a project charter, you'd actually implement your solution, you'd fly. So you'd actually get to fly your drone to see if the solution worked, and then you would do a fly fix and close your project. So while you're doing that, you would learn everything you needed to learn about project management, about critical thinking, about working in a team, collaboration, etc. So, take you back in time. This is a little story. We actually did this, so I'm not just talking. In 2023, we actually created a drone lab. We wanted to do it in a small town, so we did it in Vijayawada, a small tier 2 metro city. We gave them all the tools and the skills they needed to come up with projects, and then we got them to actually go to the rice fields beyond and fly their drones. And they really did a fantastic job. We saw diversity really happen on the ground. And these are the assets. These are the kids that actually worked on the drones. They're the ones that came up with the problems. They're the ones that figured out the solution. And they drove success. Results. Okay? It's important that we talk about results because we want you guys to know that this does really work. So top placements from that college all went to kids that came to the program. For the next year, our DBPL program is completely filled. Like every kid in the college wants to be part of something different. They want to learn. And we've also done this in Israel. So our curriculum is not just for India. We've done this successfully in Israel as well. And we're working with the ICTE to get this certified. How did we do this? One side was the education. The other side was the hardware. And that's the place where we really used a lot of Israel tech. So we built a drone called Vikas. Vikas is a really cool drone. you don't need to solder, you don't need anything. It's literally snap and fly. And it's built on open source. So you can pretty much put a camera, you can do AI, you can do ME, you can do whatever you want with the drone. This is what it looks like, and we're happy to be selling it. That's pretty much about us. I want to leave you guys with a simple thought. This is a picture from Ukraine, and when the war started, they were obviously using drones. But if you think about it, nobody has any clue as to how to use a drone, how to fly the drone, how to maintain the drone. If you look at India, today we're in a similar situation. Thankfully, we don't have a war. But before anything like that happens, we can teach people how to use drones. There's a long tail behind drones, including drone engineering. Our goal is to sometime get to the place where people actually design drones in India. That's all from me, and I'll hand it over to the next person. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was fascinating to hear about the opportunities of education, and we'll stay in the area of the sky or things to do with the sky. I'd like Mr. Venkatesan to speak to us about Solar Edge.
Hi, good afternoon to all. To quickly introduce myself, Venkatesan from Solar Edge, India. I am representing Indian organization from Solar Edge. So just to quickly introduce Solar Edge, we are a solar inverter manufacturing company, started in Israel in 2006, and we have been a listed company. We are a NASDAQ listed company, and 2018 we also become one of the global leader in solar inverters, and we have a different technology called DC optimizer based inverter technology. So that's what I am going to quickly take you over. So today we have more than 41 lakh of sites are getting installed with Solar Edge, and if you take globally 100 Fortune companies, if you take 100 Fortune companies, out of which 50 companies are using our solutions already, and we are serving the global market. So that's where we have a presence of 140 plus countries, and we are very strong in terms of technology. So that's where you can see more than 1,000 patents are available with Solar Edge, and more than 4,200 plus employees are there in our team. And we have very strong presence. As I mentioned, we have presence in 36 countries where we have our direct sales and support service, and also we have a distributed manufacturing facilities across globally. So today we have 7 manufacturing facilities across global, and in specific to R&D center, we have our main R&D center in Israel, followed with Korea, Bulgaria and India. So in India, we have our head office in Bangalore. So anytime anybody would like to have more detail about our technology, about our product, are most welcome, and you can visit our office anytime. And this is our capabilities, so cutting edge technology. So starting from the in-house development, starting from hardware, power electronics, mechanics, software, data science, cyber security and ASCII, everything is we have in-house. So that is one of our main strengths. So that's where we bring a cutting edge technology, and we have our industry 4.0 standard manufacturing facility in Israel. So where is completely an automated manufacturing line that we have. Because of time, just I'm quickly flipping. In case if you want more details, I'm available, we can discuss always. And coming specific to India, we started our office in Bangalore in 2017. So almost last 8 years we are present in India, and we have a very strong presence in India after we started. So we have 1 gigawatt of installations already in India, which is spread across 8,500 plus sites. And you can see on the right hand side the map. So we have a very vast presence across India, and these are some of our installation base. Today, you know, solar is a big talk among all the sectors. Solar is a green energy, and everybody needs a green energy or green power. So that's where we contribute a lot to the green energy or the clean energy, I can say. So coming how our technology is different from the regular inverter technology, because today if you see there are multiple inverters are available in the market. So just to give an overview, what is an inverter? Inverter is which converts the DC to AC. So we use, we harvest the power from the solar or from the sun using the solar panels, which produce a direct current. And we need an inverter to convert the DC to AC, as our loads are all running on the alternate current. So that's where we come into the picture. As I mentioned today, there are many inverters or many technologies are available in the market, but they have certain limitations in terms of the technology. Certain limitations like what we have mentioned here. One is the energy loss. Because of their topology, they have a lot of energy loss, which means for a customer, the revenue will be, loss will be very high. And they don't have much of flexibility in terms of the design and in terms of module level monitoring and the safety. So these are some of the limitations of what they have in the regular inverter technology. And that's where SolarEdge has a different solution. So we call it as a DC optimizer based inverter solution. So where we have a split approach in our technology. Rather having the MPPT, MPPT is nothing but a maximum power point tracker, which try to harvest the maximum power from the solar modules. So instead of having the both MPPT and the DC to AC in a single unit, so we have it, or we have split it into two parts. So basically we have a power optimizer or a DC optimizer we call it, which harvests power from each panels or at the module level rather I can say, and the inverter just converts the DC to AC. So what is advantage? Whatever the limitations what we saw in the string inverters or the traditional inverter can be overcome with this technology. So that means you will be having more energy compared to the regular inverter technology. Plus you will also have a module level monitoring. Each and every solar modules can be monitored in our technology. Plus you can also have a highest safety standards in our technology. So these are the three key advantages or benefits what we bring in terms of our solution. And if you see, we have an optimizer, we have the inverters, and we have also the module level monitoring. It's a cloud-based solution which is completely free for lifetime. So where you can monitor each and every module, individual modules you can monitor so that you have the complete information about your solar power plant. So that's about our technology. So in short, what are the advantages or benefits of our technology? Obviously, you'll be having more power compared to any other inverter technology, plus you will be having optimized energy ecosystem. And then the enhanced safety and security. Today the safety and security plays a very vital role in any power plant. So when we talk about safety, obviously the plant need to have a completely safe mechanism. And in terms of cyber security, as we know, today every business is having a cyber security threat. So that's where we also have an advantage or edge over other inverter technology. And it's completely a reliable solution. Just to give an understanding or the overview how the technology works. So if you see on the right hand side, the string inverter technology, even if one module is having a problem, then the entire string will have an impact. Whereas that is not case with SolarEdge. Since we have the module level optimization, each and every PV module will have its own power generation, or we can harvest more power from each module. So that's how you will be having more energy compared to the string inverter. And as I mentioned, you have the module level monitoring also with the help of the optimizer, and you can have a better design compared to the other inverter technology, meaning you can occupy more space, or you can utilize the complete space what is available in the ground or in the roof. So that way you will be having a better energy generation compared to the regular inverter technology. And in terms of cyber security, SolarEdge is the first company which complies to all the cyber security requirement today. And that also makes more safe for anybody installing the solar inverter in their factory or in the residence. So today if you see, there is a lot of push is happening from the Prime Minister side or from the PMO side about the Surya Ghar program, and there imagine like more and more solar plants are getting installed in each and every residence. Obviously every house is having an internet connection, so that's where the cyber security also comes a very important thing, and SolarEdge complies 100% to all the cyber security requirement. So that's in short and brief about our company and technology, and this is my contact details. So anytime if you want somebody to have more information, feel free to reach me, so that definitely we can have a detailed discussion. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. I think it's fascinating. It always boggles my mind how the sun is just out there and there's so much potential there that we can then harvest. So thank you for that. I'd like to invite Mr. Abner Chin, who's the Chief Agronomist of Green Tech Hub, to tell us a little bit about your company.
Hello everybody, I'm very thankful for your patience of waiting for us. And my name is Abner Chin, and I am an Israeli agriculture and farming expert. And I was made in India. I'm a grandson of a paddy farmer from Maharashtra, and this is my motivation to come again and again before you in India and help build farms. So now we have joined hands with Green Tech Hub. It is a company of Mr. David Mizrahi, and we have same visions of helping small holding farmers to get to the, in a nutshell, I would say, we want to bring back the belief of farmers in farming. And this is what we are going to do. And we have done it all over. I have done many projects in India, and now we want to do it together and help farmers. When I see a farmer in India with a bullock and a plow, I get feedbacks from my grandfather doing the same. So we have to change these things. And what I want to say, that these are big projects, but I believe in God of small things. We have to do the small things. You know, India has rocket science, but we are failing in small things. So by God willing and your help, we will do it and bring back the farming. You see, before I go on with the presentation, I want to say a thought. We have a secret in Israel. The Israeli farming has and the farmers has a secret. And what we do, we first sell, then we plan, and then we plant. And I and Rajeeb Roy, we have built the first Indo-Israel demonstration farm in Pusa Institute. And I had this experience of going to Azadpur Mandi, and I see the Punjabi tomato grower lorry truck and the farmer coming to the Dalal in Azadpur Mandi and telling him, Babaji Lelo. When he says Babaji Lelo, the farmer is a gone case. So this is my introduction, and we have to change all this. We have to plan, sell first, then plan, and then plant. Next, please. Pardon? Okay. Technology. Okay. Our technologies, we are doing, Green Tech is doing many things all over, and we are doing grey water treatment, digital rain harvesting, high efficiency biogas production. You see, I will give you a small example. We have home biogas in Israel that is so simple that every farmer puts his kitchen waste and gets gas and fertilizers. So again and again, I will tell you today about God of small things. Yes, we will do the big things also, but we have to go to the small things too. Smart agriculture, AI sensors, I'll talk a little bit more about it because this is my expertise. Fresh produce and health products. You see, we have to grow fresh produce. We have to grow safe food. And this is the second secret of Israeli farmers. I grow only safe food. Organic farming is good, but organic farming has its back steps. You cannot produce the maximum production. The produce doesn't look the best. Okay? So I grow with chemical fertilizers, but I grow safe food. I don't spray. In Israel, we grow orchards without spraying. No spraying. We are growing mangoes and exporting mangoes. Do you believe Magnifera indica is grown in Israel and sent abroad. So all these things we have to do. Okay? Poultry breeding, I know I eat eggs. Beyond that, I don't know. We'll see green tech doing the things. Agriculture application, smart. About the digital platform, I'm going to say a little bit more. Okay. Did I go faster? No. Okay, so this is the concept that we want to bring. We want to bring the concept of delivering to the farmers the needs of the farmers. So we have, this is a big picture, you can take a picture, but I'll go to the point that I am interested to show you. We have Israeli experts in this platform. One is standing just in front of you. And we have students, BSc students or Baravi Napas, doesn't matter. We have students that are the mediators from the Israeli exporters, Israeli experts to the farmers, to the local farmers. I know a little bit of Marathi, but Kannada I don't know anything about, not even a word. So we need this kind of BSc Agri and students that will communicate. And then we do online and offline training to the farmers. That means almost everything nowadays, you know, we have rocket science. We don't need to come to the field. We can know everything, but I don't believe in it all the time. Some of the time you can do it. Most of the time, you know what I say sometimes when I come to a farmer, Mali hai, Malik nahi hai. In many farms, you see that there is a gardener, they're taking care, but the owner, the Malik should be in the place, otherwise there's no good farming. Okay, so this is more or less my point of view of showing you this big slide. Okay, you see, we are still, you know, I am an Indian and an Israeli. I can talk good and bad about both countries. So what I say that we Indian farmers, we are still irrigating, if we are irrigating with flood irrigation. But thank God, since 96, when I was first here, we left India in 69. So I came back in 96. So since 96, things have been moving. We are using drip irrigation. We are using drip fertigation, we are doing AI, we have progressed a lot in India in farming. But here we are going to bring, you know, one step further. One step further means we are going to bring this AutoAgronom, AI AutoAgronom. AutoAgronom is a sensor that feels, it talks with the roots. It's talking with the roots. It's looking what the roots want and gives what the roots want. There is a sensor there, and it does the job. Now, I'm going to tell you another secret. I'm telling you too many secrets, but it's okay. So, the next secret is that even in drip irrigation, sometimes we choke the roots. We are giving 6 liters of water in one time, in half an hour or 1 hour. It is not so healthy. This program, God willing, will bring it to Karnataka in the beginning and to India. It is giving water so that oxygen will also come with the water. Okay? So I don't know if I'm telling a secret, but I think these things are already happening. But our program is that we are going to give water and oxygen to the roots. That's how the performance of the plant will be far, far better. Because the plants will tell us, I'm choking, I need water, or I need oxygen. So that is a beautiful, beautiful program that we have. David Mizrahi has done it, and I'm going to implement it. Okay. Okay, so as I said, digital farming community platform. What does it say? The best Israeli farmers and agronomists, I can read here, with years of experience and a company at least, in short, I told you, Israeli experts will be guiding Indian farmers through the students, without the students, directly. So, okay, a digital farming community platform education. You see, you understand education and training of farmers. But I want to tell you a secret, another secret of Israel. Okay, 60 years ago, we didn't have wildflowers. We didn't have wildflowers because everybody picked wildflowers and took it home. So 60 years ago, our nature reservists started teaching kindergarten children not to pick flowers. And God willing, you come anytime to Israel, you'll see carpets of wildflowers, anemone, ranunculus, and whatever. Okay? So what I mean to say here is that in each of our projects, for example, if we build the DFCP, we'll have a small niche for schools. School children can come and see and understand and know that tomatoes are not grown in supermarkets. And we want to put the love of farming in the children of the farmers. And that is how we are going to build a new generation of farmers. First of all, put faith of farming in farmers and put the love of farming in their children. Okay? I'm telling my interpretation of all these slides, so excuse me. Okay, so we want to encourage farmers, FPOs to join us. We are putting this digital platform for a group of farmers that a village that we want to get started, starting tomorrow, but we want FPOs and farming communities to join us because we believe and we will deliver. Okay, that's what I said. We want FPOs to join hands with us. I think, thank you very much.
Thank you, Abner. We'll stay in the agricultural field, and I'd like to ask Mr. Rajeeb Kumar to speak about Agriplast, please.
Good afternoon. No energy in the room. From a full day training session to 5 minutes of presentation, for me also is a new revelation. So Abner, you said a very nice statement, Mali hai, Malik nahi hai. So I just want to know how many of you are actually interested in agriculture? And how many of you are really genuinely committed to agriculture? That's a good presence, great. So Agriplast stands for higher yields, better quality and more profits. Agriplast makes this possible. So this sounds like a mystery to you. How do we do that? Let me tell you that I am representing the longest surviving, probably one of the longest surviving Indian company which is working with an Israeli company almost 30 plus years. And yes, I am the batchmate of Sundar Pichai, so sole survivor from IIT who is still surviving in the field of agriculture. Also had IAM, and I founded two companies. One is called Agriplast Tech India Private Limited, which deals with the products which is related to protected farming. The second company is Agriplast Protected Cultivation, which does all the projects that you need to do from end to end. Right now, this year we are doing a project worth around $75 million, and it's quite substantial when you consider it protected farming. So, without getting into introduction, so our basic company, the first company, Agriplast Tech India Private Limited, has a journey of car garage to a successful company. We started our business from a car garage with a great support from our Israeli counterpart, and today we are one of the most respected company in the field of protected farming. Those who know Agriplast, I see some of the faces who have dealt with Agriplast. I think you can vouch for that. At least we stand by the quality and service. Our principals are there in the business for 56 years, 60 plus countries. 30 years of my personal international experience and international collaboration is what has made it possible today. When my principals name is Genera Plastic Products Limited. They were represented in India by a company in 95, 97, where I was working as a general engineer, junior engineer. My salary was 3,000 rupees. The dispute of management was 300 rupees that I did not get on time, so I had to quit. Today, Genera has invested in my company. They are 25% shareholder, and they are going to be the majority shareholder in next month or so. So we are setting up a 15,000 tons manufacturing capacity here in India. We cater to the commercial farmer, horticulturists, floriculturists, scientific organizations, or whoever is interested in high-tech farming. So what problems we solve? Because if I don't solve a problem, you will not be interested in our product. I am not talking about product, I am talking about the problem that we solve. Our products helps the farmers reduce the crop damages due to unpredictable weather. So essentially, all our products are designed to control the growing parameters that the plant needs. Plant needs right temperature, right shade, right light, right quality of light. So our products supports all these growing parameters. So there are multiple products starting from mulching, insect net, plastic, different kind of structures. So whatever you need to plan in protected farming, when you finish drip irrigation, after drip irrigation, everything that you need in modern farming, we are there to support you. It prevents losses due to insect and pests. Improves consistency in yield and marketing quality because you don't fight with the weather, so you get a higher quality product. Optimizes the resources uses because your labor requirement reduces, your quality output increases, and as a result, our Prime Minister have been talking about doubling farmers' income, but I can tell you right here in Karnataka, we have farmers who are have a turnover of more than 70 crore rupees. You will be surprised to know, right? From this place around 40 kilometers, we have farmers whose success story is featured in multiple magazines with 70 crore rupees plus turnovers. We do have a podcast channel also in case you want to learn about more about agriculture. It's called Agri Talk by Abhinav Roy, and we present different episodes which is for you learning, and you can learn all the different aspects of agriculture that exist in the world globally. So the future course of action, I told you that Agriplast so far with 30 years of journey in India with Genera plastic products and in the space of protected farming, 5 minutes is too little a time, so I just want to tell you that our future plan right now is to set up a 15,000 tons of production capacity of all the plant protection components that is needed for a protected farming. If anybody is from Government of Karnataka, I have a question if there is any support that Government of Karnataka does in this Invest Karnataka thing for the joint venture project that might come in Karnataka, so I will be interested to know. This is a small question. For future, anything you want to know about protected farming or any doubts related to advanced farming techniques, I can be reached on these coordinates. Time is short. Thank you so much for a sweet and brief attention. Thanks.
Thank you very much for that. Last but not least, I'd like to call Ms. Sindhu Cherian to talk about Ayala water technology.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sindhu Cherian. I head Ayala, Natural Biological Systems in India. Ayala is a company that's into wastewater treatment and management. Ayala is a company that's into wastewater treatment and management for over 34 years now. We do projects all across the globe. To tell you a bit about the technology, I mean, I'm sure you'll have heard about STPs, dime a dozen. Most of you here are agriculturists or related to agriculture. And therefore, you should know best that there is a lot of water that comes out of each of your estates, farms, that require treatment due to fertilizers being used, due to pesticides, and all of that. What is very, very unique and interesting about Ayala's technology is that it's completely natural. It integrates into the landscape, into your personal landscape. And it is a technology that is not dependent on energy or chemicals of any sort or skilled manpower or flocculants or anything like that. It is truly a sustainable technology which treats wastewater, be it domestic or industrial, to very high quality. Our co-product, as I will take you through it, is called the natural biological system, and it's called that with good reason. So this is just a slide that shows you the architecture of how this whole technology works. So we have water that, of course, goes into the earth. But what goes in, even rainwater today needs to be treated because first of all, it comes through the atmosphere, which is with a lot of contaminants, pollutants, falls onto hardscape, roads, pavements, collects a lot of grease and other wastes, and then flows, sadly, and flows into rivers and then finally into the sea. Israel as a country truly knows the value of water. They understand and treat every drop of water. The treatment percentage of wastewater there is about 87 to 88%. We in India, we are blessed with water, but we tend to take it for granted. And a lot of our water goes to waste. And then in summer months, it's the same scenario year after year after year. During the monsoons, we have adequate water. Come the summer months, and there's drought. And it's amazing that we allow ourselves through this ordeal every time without fail. This is a project, so when it comes to, again, with regard to Invest India, this is a project that we're presently involved with, treating nalas that flow through our city with the natural biological system. And you can see from the slide how a drain which is flowing with contaminated sewage, raw sewage, can get beautified and have clean water flowing in it. So when I said it integrates into the landscape, this is what I meant. It's a completely natural system of various aggregates, of various very hard-working plants and hydrology regimes. What's most important to know is that we use no energy for the treatment, absolutely none. We use the power of the sun and gravity. And this is a huge plus when it comes to this technology. A few years ago, I was in talks with one of the chief engineers of the BWSSB, and he was lamenting the fact that almost 37% of the energy budget that they have goes towards water issues, pumping stations, treatment plants, and that's a huge number. Here is a technology which is on-site, okay? It is a decentralized system. It uses no energy. And what it does is it just beautifies the entire city. This is a treatment system where you can use it for individual homes, where we had modular systems, take it up to apartment complexes, onto hospitals, clubs, schools, and then onto lakes, rivers, and entire catchment areas. We treat both domestic and industrial. This is an artisanal cheese-making factory in Sri City between Tamil Nadu and Telangana. Very, very high in organic loads, the water. And the quality of water that they get is just phenomenal after treatment. And as you can see, what you see in the foreground is not part of their garden. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Ayala's SDP. This was an industrial wastewater from a dyeing unit in Vapi. Vapi is, as you all know, very, very dense industrial township. And the contamination, both air and water, is very high there. And this was a factory where he tried various technologies, nothing worked, and it looked rather decrepit and needed help. Just a change in a small thing like the technology that he adopted to treat the water, and suddenly he's got peacocks and birds and everything on his factory grounds, which says a lot about what this technology does. It brings about an ecological balance to any space where it has been installed. This is up north, sugarcane factory, again very, very hard water. This is a river. It's called the Alexandria River. This is an example from Israel, where the river has a lot of contamination both from sewage and also from olive oil presses and other industries. What you see in front of you is the water that's been diverted into just the banks of the river, and it's treated, and then it's let back into the river. So like I said, it can go up to lakes, rivers, and entire catchment areas. And this is to come back to the modular systems that we have. A lot of you, again, this comes back to agriculturists, which you can use on your farm. It's what we call the portable system. That's all the footprint is. We use gravity, and the contaminated water goes in through the highest. Of course, the entire engineering of this is within the container. This is easy to install because we just take it to the location. You don't need much civil works with this. It's very, very quick to implement. And the water goes in through the first container, and the entire treatment happens within these 3 units. And what you get on the outside is very, very high quality water, consistently high quality. This is another plus, is that whatever the quality of water, the system is able to handle it. And this works for as long as you want it to work, because it's not something that will come to a grinding halt because of electromechanical wear and tear of electromechanical moving parts, or lack of energy, or lack of skilled manpower. This just functions on its own, and it's truly sustainable. Yeah, so that's basically me signing off. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much. I think we've heard some very different and fascinating solutions for different problems. They've left me with many questions, but due to time constraints, I'd rather open the floor to questions from you, and if we have any extra time, I'll ask my own questions as well. So please feel free to ask questions. Just tell us who you're addressing the question to. Go ahead.
Shall I? Hello. Hi. Thanks to the panelists and the folks for the very insightful presentation and details. Apart from the deep tech across agri and many other elements, Israel is also reasonably known from a capitalist angle of venture capital, and also something closer to Bangalore scenario around the very cybersecurity, IT, and all of those as well. Any insights from your side about any of those collaborations which are happening from, number one, a capital intervention from a venture capital PE fund kind of associations, and the second thing on any other insights on the deep tech as well. Thanks.
Thank you for the question. I think that, like you said, the relations between Israel and India run very, very deep, and I think we see a lot of cooperation in technology and in innovation. Just a few months ago, we had a visit here from the head of the Israel Innovation Authority, and there was a declaration signed between the state of Karnataka and Israel, basically to try and work together in the field of innovation, and more specifically in AI. And that's something that Karnataka is now going to, I understand, invest in very deeply, and Israel has a lot of added value in that, so that's something we're looking into in the immediate future, and I hope we'll be able to discuss that in the next future summits. Of course, you mentioned cybersecurity. So cybersecurity, again, I think Israel is one of the leaders due to necessity, but also to the power of innovation. And while I don't have any specific examples to give you right now, these things are happening all the time here. So it's so deep that the cooperations are many, and many times they're B2B cooperations, but also governmental. At the moment, I don't think there's anything happening with the Karnataka government in particular, and I hope that's something that we can incorporate in the future, something we're definitely looking into, and one of the goals that we have set for ourselves for the future. Thank you for the question. You were, I was, yeah. Sorry.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Vishwanath, and my question is to Kumar, sir. Sir, I have been to your Marthaja office recently, like 15-20 days before, and I was interested in protected cultivation. And as a small project, I was interested to set up a 1 acre project. So when inquiring, I came to know about it's like the investment goes upwards of 50 to 60 lakh without subsidy. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I wanted to know if the manufacturing facility of 15,000 metric ton comes up in India, can we expect the prices to come down for medium scale farmers?
So my suggestion to you is that if your background is not of that of agriculture, it's better to acquire some skill about that. Investment is high without government subsidy, but break-even period is about 3 to 4 years, and that is the kind of return that you can expect. If that is your problem, you have to tell the objectives. Project, we don't make much money. Our margins are not more than 5 to 10%. The input that goes in making the project, it costs that much. So unfortunately, that's a limitation. But at the same time, my suggestion to the people who want to start agriculture in high-tech agriculture is not only about greenhouse. It is also, you can start with just whatever you are doing, you can upgrade next level. Suppose you are doing just open field with flood irrigation, start with drip irrigation. If you are doing drip irrigation, start with mulching. If you are doing mulching, start with crop cover. So you can upgrade gradually. You don't have to really invest 40 lakhs. Start gradually in technology, make money, and then you reinvest it further. For a starter, this is my suggestion. Unless you have the big money, not advisable. This is honest advice.
Wonderful insights by all the panelists. Myself representing a company called Venlu Petro. We are the leading lubricant manufacturers, ma'am. We are producing agriculture lubricants also. Some special lubricants which are used in Israel in your country. We just want to explore the possibility of exporting those products. We can do all that specialty lubricants for that agriculture and some other applications also.
Wonderful. So we have opportunities for cooperation with Israeli companies. We have opportunities for cooperation with Israeli companies. We have a trade department that deals with the connections and B2B connections. You're welcome to we'll give you details later. You can write to us and we can try and find the partners that might be suitable for what you're offering.
Hello. My name is Kumar Tiwari. My company name is MB Global. Since the last 3-4 years, I've been a facilitator for linking the farmer producer organizations for direct marketing, both in India and abroad. Now, there are two things, and I've been very much conversant with the Israel technology in agriculture for the last 10 to 15 years. There's one gap which needs to be addressed, and that is when we are talking of skills, when we are talking of clean energy and transforming sustainability using technology, now what's happening at ground level is the younger generations, the children of the farmers, they are very much disenchanted. They don't go for agriculture. But Israel, there's a lot to learn from their kibbutz model, and that also, if you see, that is also transforming from a kibbutz. So Israel is also facing a lot of challenges in that aspect. Now, is there anything, both the Israel government and I'm telling the Karnataka government, because it has to be between the two governments. The first thing of exchanges was only on agriculture excellence, if you about 10 or 15 years back with Israel and Karnataka government. Now, I think the time has come And I think Bangalore is a place, I mean, that's where we can bring in a sea change in using technology in the farming sector, but it has to be done only through a FPO model, because it's not possible for small and medium farmers or even anyone who has got the money, because it's not the money which is going to make the agriculture sustainable. What's going to make agriculture sustainable is people have to go down and work there. So in this, my humble suggestion, or you can say my submission is that, Madam, as a Consul General, what you have got to say about this? Thank you.
I'll ask Abner to answer.
Thank you for your question, because it is very interesting what you said. And our company and our vision of DFCP is to involve FPOs. And so, as I said, there are a lot of FPOs. There are few that are to your mark. There are thousands of FPOs, I know. There are few like Saidri Farms in Nasik and few other here around. I think Rajeeb can tell more about it. But yes, you're right. Our vision is to work with FPOs.
So the best FPO model that's working in high-tech agriculture is Sahyadri Farms. That also happens to be our customer. This is number one. Number two, I do not 100% agree with you saying that farmers' kids are not coming in agriculture. In fact, the software guys are coming in agriculture. I can give you a name and you can Google it right now on Instagram. The guy claims to be the most handsome avocado grower. He is based out of Bhopal, yes. He has a collaboration with an Israeli company and he is selling avocado plants and is also growing avocado. His father runs a business which is a multi-million-dollar business. He's a builder in Bhopal, but now he is doing farming. So there are hundreds of examples where people leaving other things, domain and coming into agriculture. Am I right or not, Mr. Ramanathan? So these are venture capital investments happening in agriculture. There are two IIT guys, I can tell you, it's called, you can Google their name. He was featured in the Forbes India cover page. The guys are from IIT Bombay. The company name is Eki Farms. Now they are setting up the largest hydroponic farm in India. So while farmers' sons are not coming at the same time, the technologists are also coming. So farmers' son will come. Anybody will come into farming if they see the future as a business. If you are doing the farmer's method in which the farmer was doing, definitely the future will be bleak. But if you do it with the modern techniques, the future is bright. And unfortunately, this was my debate with my father 32 years back or 35 years back when he was alive. I wanted to study agriculture engineering. He said, what the hell you are doing? Go and do civil engineering. I said, Papa ji, why you want me to do civil engineering? He said, beta, upri kamai hogi. Yes, I am telling you the truth. Upri kamai hogi, but my simple calculation that time also was that आप कुछ भी करके you have to eat खाना 2 times. 3 बार नहीं खाओ तो at least 2 times so you will eat. And no way you are going to stop the population growth. So without technology, how are you going to take care of this, my dear friend? FPO model, definitely I support it.
Thank you, sir. What your observation entirely is very right. There are two things. When I said about the challenges, if we are got to grow, we are to one second. I'll just a second. So
dear
one
audience,
thing is
excuse me,
FPO.
in the interest of time, we just have 5 more minutes left.
I'll just finish. I thank you, sir, for taking the initiative for promoting the FPOs. That's what I want to say, because that is an area of challenge where technology has to go down to the FPOs. And when I'm saying the children of the farmers, I'm talking of the current farmers. I'm not talking of those startups who come from the tech sector and all. That's a very, very good thing. And it's a, thank you, sir.
Sir,
hello.
Good evening. One question on healthcare. It's not mentioned there, but over 3.5 billion people on earth are suffering from oral healthcare issues. And it is the 3rd and 10th on UN SDG list. So my humble request is how can we play a role here using technology, AI, and disrupt oral healthcare space. And we are actually also working in that space. We are actually wanting to create the next Fitbit of oral health.
Today our specialists are focusing on different subjects. We do have some summits where we bring people from the medtech area. And once that happens, I will invite you to join us and to hear some solutions that we have in that area. But today we're focusing on other areas, and we have time for maybe one or two more questions. So
thank you.
Yeah, holding on the mic for a while.
Here, we have exactly 5 minutes, so let's take as many questions as possible.
Yeah, so my question is can we, since you guys have technologies and all, can it be based on subscription model and all, how the other things are, technology all are converting into subscription based. So is it possible for all technical, whatever solutions you have, so it can be made as a subscription based so that small farmers can be used that in an efficient way?
There are many technologies, many of the software side of it, data monitoring and all is already on the subscription base, so it is coming. It's coming, slowly it is coming.
Okay, so please, the gentleman out there.
I'll try and ask some relevant questions now. One is for Liane. I just want to understand skilled people or rather students to use drones. How does that help you sell drones? So
Okay.
that was one question I had. We actually grow flowers. We have a fairly large floriculture thing and business. And like Mr. Rajeeb said, I'm not a born agriculturist, so I guess I do something else. But then we started doing this, and we love doing what we are doing now. So that was my first question to you. And how you said drones can be used in agriculture. So do you have any case studies that you're currently doing? I mean, we could always talk later, maybe after this.
Sure. Thank you for your question. So I think the first question was education and drones. You sell drones, but you're trying to do something in education. How does that go hand in hand? And the underlying question is, how do you make money? I'm thinking, right? So there are two things we're doing, right? One is a bit altruistic, but not altogether altruistic. So we do want to bring people up in education. If you look at the drone industry today, we're sitting at a place where the PC industry was probably in the late 90s, right? It's completely unorganized. You can get a lot of stuff in the gray market, but how does that actually work? So we are trying to educate people, and we're trying to grow the drone industry in India, starting with colleges. But we have a lot of Israeli tech when it comes to education and it comes to drones. We're trying to put that together. But make no mistake, we sell drones and we want to make money. So if anybody wants to buy a drone, please do talk to me after this.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody on the dais. Orli ma'am, welcome to Karnataka. My name is Harshit Modi. I'm CEO of Aethon All Terrain Private Limited. We have a tie-up with Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So we are working currently on aerial harvesting, and which is a remote assisted vehicle that we have right now. It is loaded with tethered drone, robotic arm, and lot of advanced technology. So here I'm in a position that can we, after this meeting, can we have a fruitful discussion on how to go about changing the dynamics if it persists in Israel also, since Rao sir also mentioned that there is a migration of farmers from rural to urban area since the technology is old. But if something which is new in nature, then if it is an advanced technology, then definitely even the farmers will look into that aspect, and even the urban civilians will look after the farming side of things. So I definitely agree with him. So since we already have a technology and we are already working into it, so what kind of opportunity that we can explore?
So first, you guys want to answer? Anything specific?
What kind of support you need? So basically, for me, my common sense of experience of 30-35 years says that if you solve a genuine problem, you have a market. So you have to ask yourself, what is the problem that you are solving for people? For Indian context, still I think labor is available. But if it's accuracy, do we have, I have seen this kind of technology in other countries. There, the right from the seed to harvest, everything is mechanized and everything is so systematic that a robot can go and harvest. If you talk about Indian seeds, right, our seedling itself is not uniform. So technology has to improve right from basic till advanced. Then the harvesting thing will come. So this is my simple take, but however you are invited to have a one-to-one discussion on this, we can understand more and we can give you proper advice in terms of marketing this particular concept across the domain of agriculture. We can meet after this thing.
Unfortunately, the time is over. These are all the questions that we can take for now. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time.